Hey, car shoppers! Car Gurus here with your word of the day. Strict. It's not a crowd favorite, but wouldn't it be nice if there was a car shopping site so strict it only said cars were great deals if they were actually great deals based on details like mileage and accident history? There is! Visit CarGurus.com and find a deal that's 100% certifiably great. Seriously. Don't make us say it twice.
With so many meal kit services out there, it's hard to find the right one for you. Here's what I think sets Home Chef apart. Home Chef offers delicious, exciting meals anyone can cook. Rotating recipe options each week means there's always something new. Once you create your Home Chef account and set your meal preferences, it's as simple as choosing your menus for the future weeks and adjusting your delivery dates. They'll recommend meals based on dietary needs and cook time, such as quick meals, carb-conscious, vegetarian, and even easy cleanup. Your box arrives at your doorstep each week with recipe cards and perfectly portioned ingredients. You get exactly what you need. And if you don't think you have time to cook, they offer quick solutions of 15-minute recipes, microwave meals, and oven-ready options that save you time and effort in the kitchen. For a limited time only, go to homechef.com/art19 for $90 off your first month. That's a value of 10 free meals. Again, go to homechef.com/art19 for $90 off.
Welcome to Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet, a podcast featuring real reviews written by people who just need the world to know what they think. Between you and me, I wanted to like this podcast, but I'd give it 0 stars if I could.
Hello and welcome to episode 142 of Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet. This is a podcast where the siblings Schieffer read shitty reviews they find online.
Yay! Welcome to the show. This week our theme is public art, and that was sent in by Samantha. And Alexander's challenge, before I forget, was sent in by Matt. I made sure to look those up today. Once.
And that challenge was to find a negative review where someone mentions their parents or someone special.
Right. I didn't remember what the challenge was, but I did remember it was from Matt, who I think said he was a third or a junior. I don't recall. Okay, so I have some news before we get started.
Oh.
Today we received an email. And it's...
Did you hide it from me?
I opened it right away. I don't know if you probably saw it.
Okay.
It was a forward called. So Brendan forwarded us an email. The subject of his email is, Brendan, you're now a level 4 local guide.
Oh, congratulations, Brendan.
Hold your congrats until I read the email.
Oh, no.
Brendan says, Hi, Schieffer Sibs. I just wrote a very positive review about a junk removal company, and Google sent me this email in response. I don't know how to feel about it. I didn't ask to be a local guide. I also just moved to Austin 2 weeks ago and reviewed an Austin company. How can I be a level 4 local guide if I'm barely local? I'm so confused. I need to lie down now, Brendan.
Brendan's
going through some things.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really brave of him to share that with us.
To admit that?
To admit.
To us?
Yeah, to admit his misgivings, his failings. And I feel like that happens a lot because we'll see local guides with like 6 reviews and go, how are they a local guide? But I think if somebody likes your review, you maybe get extra points.
It's like a number of people who view the review, maybe your review, because you can rack up some crazy views on those. Like you'll get updates and it'll say thousands of people have read your review.
So it's probably behind the scenes. You're getting points that you never even requested or asked for. So Brendan,
it's kind of like the good place, bad place system.
Yeah, where your points are just like accumulating and
Brendan's
dropping.
in the bad place now.
Yeah, Brendan. Wow, you're hurtling toward the bad place as we move on. Anyway, Brendan, congratulations, ? You'll be in our thoughts and prayers.
Yes, let's just say that.
That way.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have a couple friends who are local guides,
That is really brave of you to tell us.
I know. I haven't fully cut them off yet.
Not fully. Just partially.
Just partially.
Okay, good. That's great. Well, how many do you have?
I don't know. because I have some emails.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay.
I never go first, so I figure I'll just force my way in today. This was sent in by Grace, she, her. Thank you, Grace. It's of the levitate. Okay, so there's two. This is so stupid. I don't know why I'm starting with this one. This is a levitating rock in Los Angeles. Do you know about this?
No.
So I know we mentioned the theme, but it's public art installations. So a lot of them are very random things you just find out in the wild, oversized or like kind of abstract. So it's a rock, like a big boulder, and it's kind of hovering in between two walls, but it's not hovering. I just gave away the entire review.
It's levitating.
Levitating. Okay, I'm just going to read it. 4 stars by John, local guide. It's not really levitating. So that's the review.
That was it.
Rock, because obviously it's not really levitating, but I think some people were disappointed that
they thought
this
that it
boulder
was
actually magically floating in the air.
Oh my lord!
But it is kind of cool. It's like up in the air, suspended, big boulder.
Okay,
I
which
mean,
you can see in nature
it's
too.
Not really levitating, but it's like cool because somebody put a big boulder up there.
Up where? Like I don't even know where this.
Like under a so you're going through a walkway, and then you look up, and there's like a huge boulder up there.
So you have to walk under
the boulder. It's very exciting.
Okay, look,
for
I am
adventure
not
seekers out there.
Against all public art. I've looked through a bunch of weird shit, and not once have I felt like I'm above this. Oh, why would you? This isn't art.
Okay, well maybe
I still don't about this levitating rock, but I can't say that I understand.
Okay,
it.
fine. Maybe you'll be in with the other reviewer who said, a levitating rock? What have we become as a society?
Oh, God.
That's you now.
That's not
how do
me.
you feel?
That's why I gave that whole backstory of that I'm not.
You know how when reviewers give us a
person.
ton of context, it makes us see them in such a different light.
That's so fair.
Okay, your turn.
I'm not an asshole, but
Yeah.
let me be an asshole
Trust
for a
me,
second.
everybody I know loves me. I have so many friends.
So here's an email that we got today titled, the subject is Hogpen listener submission for episode 142 and 143. Zandy, if you don't read this, I will never forgive you.
What?
In all caps.
Oh, God.
Someone named Monica. I don't know who the heck that is. I don't really care.
Oh, okay. I don't either.
Yeah, so
for what it's
someone,
worth.
whatever. I don't know who they are, but they sent in a good review, so here we go. I'm just kidding. I do know who Monica is.
I
I'm just
got
being
it.
annoying. Okay. Sorry. This is a review of The Singing Ringing Tree.
The what?
The Singing Ringing Tree.
The what? Don't say it again.
I was about to. It's a wind-powered sound-producing sculpture in the UK.
Oh.
According to Monica. I don't know if we can trust that, but
Okay.
this is a review.
It sounds like the giant wind chime
Yes, but it's not a wind
in
chime.
KZ, Illinois.
Yes, but no.
But also no.
But it's like UK, let's say UK version.
Okay.
This is a 1-star review by Charles. Horrific. I am a music enthusiast and love sculptures which demonstrate the beauty of this wonderful musical language. I have traveled to the 4 corners of the world to discover different landmarks which show the true beauty of music and the different way which it can be symbolized. Through all of my experiences, this is by far the worst, and me and my family were extremely disappointed. My husband, who has a degree in art,
Oh, no.
said he got more pleasure from a party sausage.
Wait, what? A party sausage?
Party sausage. Is that like a cocktail weenie?
That's what I'm picturing.
I think.
That's exactly what I'm picturing.
The problem is, when I read that, I thought, oh, like sausage party.
You
Because
don't
when
type in
flip the two-
pleasure of a sausage party or whatever that's pleasure of
When
a...
you do type in party sausage, it comes up with the movie Party Sausage. Fuck.
I was like, Duck Center, that's not a movie, is it? What kind of off-brand
Excuse
movies
me.
are you watching?
It comes up with Sausage Party, the movie. So I don't really know. I think this is a cocktail weenie type thing.
Okay.
This piece of art looked worse than a disabled cow, and my children left crying after tripping on footpath and one of them face planting into a piece of dog muck. I've come to the conclusion that not even its silence spoke 1,000 words, and that the only thing that was ringing was my ears after all the squeaky toddlers screaming. Despite it being extremely windy, there was still no singing, and the sculpture itself looked awful. Its 60,000-pound construction, that's pound the
the currency.
Yes, the currency, not the not a weight. Its 60,000-pound construction looked like it was questioned, as it looked like it was made by a year 2 with learning difficulties.
Oh.
To conclude, I don't know who was more disappointed, me and my husband after seeing this sculpture, or my parents when I came out as gender neutral. End of review.
What?
Yeah. There was that.
That's a lot of effort it took to write that.
There was so much going on there.
It seems like its own sausage party, just like chaos left and right.
Oh, yeah?
Toddlers
Tell
falling
us about
over.
that, yeah?
Never mind.
Just, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm trying to be part of the zeitgeist. I don't really think I know how to be.
No, just give up on that one. You should have given up on that one a while ago. But yeah, if you'd like to see a picture, here's a picture of what it looks like.
Oh, it looks really cool.
It does look cool. Like,
What?
regardless of whether or not it sings,
I just started
think it's
picturing
a
like something
thing.
really dumb by the way that they described it as being made by a cow or some shit.
It's a bunch of pipes that supposedly sing when the wind
What did it
goes
say?
by.
Its silence did not speak 1,000.
Yeah, and all the words were spelled wrong. Like every it's, every
Fantastic.
there, every whatever. All of those were spelled so wrong, so it was a little hard.
I think that actually
piece was spelled wrong.
that review might be an art installation
Maybe
of
that's
itself.
what it is.
I'm pretty sure that's actually what's going on.
Yeah.
I have a review here of, so this is also sent in by Grace. This is of the Big Fish in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Oh.
It's like a giant fish statue. It's very cool looking, very colorful. And I have a 2-star review by Marcus. It's a fish. There's not more you can say about it. Although local legend says if you slap its fin, you'll get lucky that night. Safe to say I debunked this myth.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's
Aw,
hilarious. Marcus.
So,
Okay.
womp womp.
Wow, that was actually funny. Because there were so many reviews of people trying to be funny
I
with these public
know,
art
it's so
installations, and they were
frustrating.
so annoying and so not funny.
Yep.
I went through the Bean ones anyway, despite knowing like Cloudgate in Chicago.
Is that what that's called? I
think
kept
so, yeah.
seeing that word. Okay.
And the number of people, and then you'd see like 99 thumbs up when someone says they wouldn't let me eat it.
Yep. The Bean had some rough ones. Like there was one funny one. Oh, I don't remember. I'm not going to try and.
Was there?
No, that's why I didn't include it in my list, obviously. So it couldn't have been that funny.
I think I just get very jaded when you read 100 reviews and half of them are the same joke over and over
Yeah.
again. So if you're just browsing and you look, ha ha ha, give it a thumbs up, that's funny. But when you read the 10th one, you're just thinking, oh my god,
When you read
please
reviews
stop.
every week for your job, they start to lose their comedic value pretty quickly when they're trying to be funny.
This is what a stupid complaint we have.
No, I know. I said it on purpose.
We're so stupid. Okay. Anyway, here's my next one. This is from Cat, They, Them. Oh, we didn't really talk about that fish one much, but I just really
I
liked it.
don't think there's much more
There's
to
not much to say.
No.
Just like the fish.
It
There's not
speaks
much
for
more to it.
itself.
This one
Marcus,
is,
you're in my thoughts and prayers. You and Brendan.
keep slapping that fish, buddy.
Oh, God.
Here's oh god is right. This is from Cat, They, Them. This is a 2-star review of the Fearless Girl statue in New York.
Which one is that?
It's a small girl who's with her arms at her sides. I think it was built. Well, it was installed
Like her
in
hands on her hips?
2017. Yes, that's what
okay.
it is.
Yeah.
In anticipation of International Women's Day, the following day.
Aw.
It promotes female empowerment.
Got it.
And yeah, it's by Kristen Visbol.
Okay.
It's in New York City. Here's a review by Roger. 2 stars. Terrible. She's tiny. You don't get inspired to overthrow capitalism by the contrast. Instead, you wonder why people even bother. The stock exchange is massive and made of stone, surrounded by steel fencing and armed guards. The little girl is nothing more than hope. End of review.
Fuck that, right? Am I right, guys?
We should all give up. The little girl statue isn't enough to topple capitalism.
This hopeful little girl makes me sick.
Maybe it's weird that they ended up getting the point. This little girl is nothing more than hope. Like, I feel not that this statue is specifically about capitalism. Deep. I don't know. This was whatever, but it's meant to be empowering and yes, hopeful.
I feel like if I saw a giant statue of a girl with her hands on her hips, I'd be like, uh-oh, something bad is coming. Like, it reminds me of like King Kong. I don't feel like I would be struck with hope and, well, I guess I wouldn't be because that's the point, but I feel like I wouldn't be struck with like, I don't know, Rage Against the Machine type vibes.
Yeah. And then for some reason, this just made Roger like give in to the power of capitalism.
Yeah, he was like
truly is like, lay down your arms, folks.
He turned left into the nearest Starbucks and was like, this is it. I thought maybe she'd help me fight it. Fortunately not.
Probably the Blue Bottle Coffee, which is right there, but whatever.
Blue Bottle Coffee. Okay, I mean, that's slightly less capitalistic than Starbucks. Not quite,
it's catching up.
All right. I have an email from Christine. She, her.
Okay, not
Schieffer.
Not Christine Schieffer. I've heard that's somebody.
Who says, when I heard the challenge about public art, my mind immediately went to the infamous sculpture on my college campus, affectionately known as Man Humping Bear. It is apparently actually titled Man Who Used to Hunt Cougars for Bounty. Okay.
Okay. That's a much worse name.
I'm going to show you a picture of this thing.
Stop. What is it doing to that poor bear? How did that happen?
It's rough times. If you want to...
Just type in man hump. Okay, well, maybe
don't type that.
I'll do man humping bear statue.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it right now. Yep, and it comes up.
To confirm that that's what happens.
It comes up. It brings... Oh, my God.
So you guys were risking a lot of viruses on our computers for you.
It brings up the university's website.
Yes,
and an article about it being called, and they mention it.
Stop reading.
Sorry, I'm done.
I'm telling you something here.
Okay,
You're going to spoil it before I even get there. Okay, so this is like a post on Flickr. So that's the photo I just showed you is the post.
Why is his mouth open?
I'm going to tell you in like 4 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, it's a picture of the statue.
Okay.
And Paul uploaded it and then wrote a caption. Okay. And then this is the caption. It's just like a few paragraphs and then there's a comment at the end that I'm going to read you. So here's the caption by Paul. Okay, well, the name of the work actually is The Man Who Used to Hunt Cougars for Bounty on the campus of Western Washington University in, is it Bellingham or Bellingham?
I don't freaking know.
Bellingham, Washington, USA. The university, okay, I wasn't going to mention this, but I feel like I have to now. He spelled university U-N-O-versity. Unoversity. And I wasn't going to mention it until I realized in the same sentence, instead of writing t-shirts, he wrote t-shorts.
Is something wrong with the O key?
It must be. The University bookstore actually sells t-shorts with the image and the caption MHB. So the alternative title is actually better known. So the campus bookstore literally sells MHB, like Man Humping Bear.
That's hilarious.
T-shorts. Its creator was Richard Beyer, who also created the popular Waiting for the Interurban in Seattle's Fremont neighborhood. Beyer based the piece on a local Bellingham legend about a cougar hunter who in his old age quit hunting and took to drinking. As an area cougar aged, the man and the cougar reconciled and became drunk on whiskey together and started singing America in each other's arms, hence the shape of the sculpture. And hence why their mouths are open.
Thank you for the explanation.
And drinking whiskey together. Corroborating the legend is a small sculpted whiskey jug located behind the man's right shoulder. The piece portrays the ghostly reunion of a man and a cougar, as well as the relationship between the hunt and the hunted, according to Western's Outdoor Sculpture Collection website. Comment by Annika. That's so uncomfortable. End of comment. End of response.
Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable might be the right word for it.
It's uncomfortable.
It's funny though. From the one angle, you see the legs of the animal, so it's kind of makes it clear that the animal's not behind. Like it, like it may be. It can. I can see now that they're singing and holding each other.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked at any other photos.
There's one angle where it shows like the bottom of the man's foot who's sitting. And then the legs.
I see.
So then you can see it a little bit better there. He's like sitting on his lap
a little bit.
But if you take a picture from the wrong angle, it's like, oh dear.
That's rough. A rough look.
Dear.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yikes.
Yikes.
That was something.
Your turn.
My next one, this is actually two people that I saw, maybe more, but this is just all I saw that sent this in. It's of the Talus Dome. Christy, she, her, and Juliana, parentheses, Dusty. I'm not sure if that's a nickname or just a descriptor, but of yourself, I think.
The Dusty version.
I'm going to call you Dusty because I like that. She, her. They both sent in this brilliant review of the Talus Dome, which is a sculpture in Canada, Edmonton, Canada.
Okay. And
it's a bunch of silver, like ornament looking things. Here's a picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like magnetic. Those like magnetic toys, ball toys.
Yeah, those magnetic
that you're
ball
not
toys,
supposed to swallow because you know what happens.
What happens? You get an MRI and then shoot right out.
Well, sort of. If they're magnetic, they're inside it. They can rip through your intestines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just don't swallow them.
Don't
please.
swallow those or the balls in the Talus Dome.
It's very dangerous.
And this is what Maria has to say about it. 1 star. UGLY.
You ain't got no alibi.
Okay.
No? Okay.
Did you read this already?
I wrote it.
Oh no. UGLY. When I got my cat neutered, they returned him to me with silver spray painted balls. Apparently it was the antiseptic. And they were more pleasing to look at than this visual disaster. End of review.
Oh no. Poor cat. Don't bring the cat into this.
Yeah, I know.
Also, I highly doubt that unless you have some really twisted interests. I don't know the right word.
I don't know what word you're trying to come up with there.
Interests is probably also not the right word.
Probably not.
I don't think it looks that bad. I think it's kind of cool looking.
It's just, and it's really, with so many of these, who's it hurting?
And also, who cares, right? I guess a lot of times I do sort of get it if it's like taxpayer money, which I'll get to in a different one. But, so.
Well, I don't know if you have, so stop me if you have any reviews of this one. But there's a sculpture in London, I believe, that's a bunch of traffic lights.
Can I stop you if I don't have any reviews of it?
No, you're not allowed to stop me unless you have a review of this.
No, I don't have a review of it.
It's a traffic light tree, so a ton of traffic lights. And it's in the center of a roundabout island.
Why?
Exactly.
That's so dangerous.
Most of the reviews were actually pretty positive, saying this was really cool. But some people were like, I was groggy at 6 a.m. and started driving and thought I was supposed to stop at the circle because there were... Yeah, you see it and you're like, well... Yeah.
Of all things to put inside a traffic circle, that's probably the last one.
And they are, to be fair, they are like real traffic lights. It's not even...
do they light up?
Yeah.
Oh, to cheer. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Not smart. Not smart. I just love Annika after all that explanation going, that's so uncomfortable. Poor Paul. He was just trying to like relay some info on Flickr. All right, so this is an email from Larissa, she, her. It says, I got excited for the public art theme because we have a pretty cool place here in Miami that tourists love, and I think it could have some promising reviews. It's called the Wynwood Walls. It's essentially a collection of walls painted by local street artists.
Where is this? Sorry.
In Miami, Florida.
Cool.
And so I went on TripAdvisor and did some digging, and I found this 1-star review by Leanne of the Wynwood Walls. It's basically like a bunch of murals, very like bustling part of Miami, bunch of art. Murals, you know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture in my head now. Bustling Miami murals.
Art
wow.
murals.
Sign
Art murals.
Me up.
Okay. Here's a 1-star review by Leanne. The title is Please Read. Spent time yesterday at Wynwood. First, the area was very dirty, very seedy. I did feel safe, but would not want to be here at night. Second, the main reason I gave this such a bad rating was the art, quote unquote. Some of the walls were amazing, but what I felt like was the feature wall was a political disgrace. I understand that everyone has their own opinions and that they are welcome to express those. However, in a public place, I feel that it was not only disrespectful to our president, but also to the office to portray the leader of our country as an infant in diapers. The painting also shows America on fire and people rioting. People travel to Miami from all over the world and are met with this complete lack of respect for our president. Disgusting. I have photos, but have chosen not to share them with you. End of review.
Oh, holding out on us.
Okay, Leanne.
Keeping your little private stash. And I promise you, those people that are traveling from outside of the country probably make fun of our president.
They know
more than
who Trump is.
Yeah.
They're not like, who's that? Your president? Never heard of him.
Yeah.
He's an infant child?
They're probably mostly thinking, wow.
Try to think in a different language, and I'm...
How the fuck did you people fuck that up so bad?
How do you say that, though, in a different
What
language?
are you saying? Well, say what in a different language?
I think I have heat stroke. I'm so
And she just looked at me like, how do you say that in a different language?
I'm trying to complete my bad joke that they're from a foreign country and they're coming to say things, and I was going to say
I didn't know that was a joke. I'm sorry. I would have let you finish. I just moved on because I thought, okay, she's not making sense.
Como? No.
Don't ask me about Spanish. I don't know Spanish.
I'm thinking Miami.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right.
Many people in Miami speak Spanish.
It's so hot in here. Okay.
I feel great.
I feel
I don't know
hot.
what's happening over
Sweating.
there. I guess I'm not pregnant, so
I guess
you
not.
have an excuse. You have an excuse.
Telling you my brain matter is getting like disintegrated day by day. It's horrible. Okay. It is.
I don't know if you saw this, but someone emailed and said that you sound pregnant.
What? Oh no.
You sound very pregnant.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I didn't know until this moment, maybe. Maybe now with you just having heat stroke.
Oh.
No, I don't know what that meant.
I don't
but someone
either.
said that and I was like, huh. I don't hear it. I don't know. I
either,
don't know what
but-
that means, but maybe there's a
Mysterious.
little special like pregnancy tremor in your voice.
Maybe just
You're speaking for two now.
what if that like you didn't hear it right away, but there was like a harmonizing like much lower octave when I spoke. Now it's like a creepy double. Never mind.
Yeah, probably
chord.
devil. You're right. There is a devil inside of you. Anyway,
Your turn.
this. Thank you. This next one was sent in by Leaf, who sent a review of a bronze statue of the Fonz in Milwaukee.
What's that?
The Fonz from Happy Days.
Oh, the fawns.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant fawns, like
like
little baby
F-A-W-N.
deer. Yeah. I was like, how sweet.
That makes this review very
Do you
different.
know, what if I hadn't said anything except, "Aww," and you were like, I didn't know you were so enamored
I
by
would
the
have stopped
fawns.
you. I would have been like, you do not know what I'm talking
Please
about, do you?
explain.
I would have said, do you know who the Fonz is? And then you would have been like,
I would
oh.
have been like, yeah, I think he's adorable.
Okay, so for those who don't know, it's the Fonz doing his signature thumbs up. Like, hey. kind
Double
of thing.
thumbs up.
Yeah. By the riverside or something.
What
I don't
show
know
is that from?
Happy Days. And apparently because the show took place in Milwaukee.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's some connection.
Yeah, I've never seen Happy Days. I don't know anything about it. But
Monday, Tuesday.
Happy
That's not even
Days,
correct, I think.
Thursday, Friday,
Monday, Wednesday.
Sunday, Monday, Happy Days.
Okay.
Tuesday,
Well, I don't
Wednesday,
even know.
Happy Days.
I'm just listing the days in the wrong
Saturday,
order is my
what a
problem.
day. Then spending all week with you. I have no idea if that's how it goes. This is a 4-star review, so I guess it's a positive redemption type thing. I guess.
It says, "Aw."
This is by Simone. 4 stars. My friend and I were having a gay old time chilling out in the way comfy cushioned outdoor seating by the bronze fawns. The sun was blazing down on us. We were laughing at people taking pictures with the statue, and of course waiting for our chance to take silly pics with the statue. While relaxing and basking in the sunlight, I saw one of the most strange things my tiny eyeballs have ever laid their gaze upon. A gentleman walked up with a bag full of mostly donuts with some trash thrown in.
Oh.
My guess is they were scrapings of the day from some local bakery or a Dunkin' Donuts. He then proceeded to dump out the entire bag, which must have had at least 100 donuts and various other trash, onto the pavement next to the fawns.
What?
He threw a bunch of donuts into the river, which made me cringe thinking about how horrible that was going to be for the seagulls and ducks. He spread them all around the pavement so they weren't in one concentrated pile.
What?
As he went through this ritual, everyone just stared in disbelief. He then took a few donuts, walked right up to Fonzie while a family was posing, taking pictures, and stuck one donut on each of his upward-pointing thumbs. This is so bizarre.
Was this a dream somebody had?
There are pictures.
This is not okay.
This is real. For his final hurrah, he took one donut, placed it on a bench, and stuck a feather in it as if it were some artistic creation. Donuts were everywhere. My friend and I sat incredulously, as did everyone else standing around. No one said a word to protest the actions, and the entire area was now littered with actual litter and donuts. The man then walked away in silence. End of review. And then here you see a picture of the fawns with donuts on his thumbs. And then here is the feathered donut.
Alexander,
that is a donut with a feather. I know it's far away from you.
I pictured it to be like, we glanced back to Fonz and looked back, and the man was nowhere to be found. He vanished into the sunset. What is going on? Do we have any clue?
Nope, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all we get.
We don't get like this is a tradition.
No, I don't think so.
I'm kind of glad, actually, because if it were a tradition, I think that'd be a problematic tradition. Dumping donuts into the river.
Yeah. I Googled it. Nothing. There's nothing about it. So yeah, that's a fun thing Leaf stumbled on. So thank you, Leaf.
I like that this reviewer, instead of like just calling their friend or mom and being like, guess what I saw today? They were like, I guess I need to put this in my online review.
And I'm glad they did.
I am too. Well, I guess we're the mom now.
We're the mom now.
We're the reviewer's mom
now.
I'm your mother now. Okay.
Okay, Jesus.
Okay. Did you hear the double octaves when I said that?
Unfortunately.
You know what I always say? Anyone can bake bread, but few can rock it. Well, Dave's Killer Bread, they rock it.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time you said that, I would be rich. Dave's Killer Bread is power-packed with whole grains, fiber, protein, and killer taste and texture.
It's America's #1 organic bread for a reason. It tastes so freaking good. I've been eating Dave's Killer Bread for years, so I'm actually extra excited that I get to talk about it to people because it's not usually something that just comes up in conversation. With subtle sweetness and a seed-coated crust, their 21 whole grains and seeds bread is great for toast, sandwiches, and even by itself.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily even think of it, but it tastes really good on its own, too. Although as a sandwich aficionado myself, I usually make some good hearty breakfast sandwiches with it.
I, for one, often ate it by itself. Visit daveskillerbread.com to learn more and look for Dave's Killer Bread in the bread aisle of your local grocery store.
Hey, car shoppers. Car Gurus here with your word of the day. Confident. You know, that feeling you get when you're about to rock an outfit so killer, it's going to drop jaws worldwide. What if you could get that feeling while shopping for a car? With Car Gurus, you can. Shop more cars than you'll find on other leading car shopping sites. Find a deal that's really, really great. And see all the details that matter, like mileage, accident history, even days on lot. All on Car Gurus. Then contact the dealer knowing your stuff and feeling more confident than, well, ever. Visit CarGurus.com today.
I'm excited about this one. This is an email from Sarah, who said, when I heard the theme for your upcoming episode was reviews for public art, the infamous Blucifer came right to mind. Do you know who Blucifer is?
No.
Do you know about the large blue horse with red eyes?
Oh, yeah, Denver Airport or something?
Okay. So
I guess I do know.
You do know. Yeah, his name's Blucifer. Sarah also says, if I remember correctly, I know Christina's been to Denver, not sure about Zandy.
Yes.
We've both been to Denver together.
Yes.
So if you have not heard of Blucifer, everybody, this is what Sarah wrote. It's a very ominous statue of a Mustang with demon red eyes that stands 32 feet tall on the road leading to Denver International Airport. And then said, I know typically those words would never find themselves in a sentence together, but welcome to Colorado. Do you know about the history of this horse? And its dark past?
Yes, I have. Either we talked about it on here?
I don't think we did.
I feel like I've talked to you about it, or maybe did you mention it and that's why we drink early and that's why we drink episode?
You're like, not recently, though.
Yeah, no, because I haven't listened to it in
They
years.
talked about it on Sinisterhood recently, but that would have been something I listened to.
I'm embarrassingly enough, I don't listen to podcasts, so I need to change that.
Well, so do you know about the history behind
I think so, but I could be wrong.
Do you know what its sins? Do you know its many sins? The blood on its paws. What are they called? Hoofs?
Yeah, haven't people died? Like, it's like a weird haunted thing right now because people.
In the mid-90s, this is Sarah giving it an explanation better than I could give. While the creator was still in the process of working on the statue, it fell on him, severed an artery in his leg, and he passed away from the injury.
That's right.
So the horse killed its creator. Right. And then they eventually installed it in 2008. There's a lot of controversy over whether this is like a New World Order thing. People think that the Denver International Airport is like home of the New World Order. There's like tunnels under the airport. They talk
about the shape of the airport too. I think I've seen something about that.
Some people say it's a swastika. People like there's murals of people in gas masks. That's actually real.
I would like to say one thing. If it were shaped like a swastika, like wouldn't you? It would just be shaped that way.
Yeah.
If you have to like make it be shaped
on
that way.
Sinisterhood, they were like, I don't really see it, so I imagine it's probably hard to see, but I don't know. I think maybe you have to force it a little bit. But there's also
if we took these wings and completely shifted them,
turn this airplane backwards and put this one upside down, and now it's a swastika. So there's a lot of controversy. People don't understand why. I mean, Sarah says that they like to think it was in an effort to respect the artist, carry out the project. Although if I were the artist, I'd be like, fucking melt that thing down. It killed me. Like, I don't know if I'd be excited to have it continue life at the airport. But anyway, this is a Yelp review. This is 1 star by Tasha. I always say that Denver is a great place, except for the asshats who live here, present company excluded. So the next time you visit and someone pisses you off, remember this giant possessed horse that greeted you at the airport. You were warned. End of review.
Fair.
And Sarah wrote, like, that this person wrote present company excluded.
Okay, that's so
as
obnoxious.
if they were trying to, like, and so Sarah wrote as if they were trying to, like, not offend the people in the car with them or something. And I was like, I saw it as like me excluded, but I kind of like the idea that they were writing it. Someone looked over their shoulder and they were like, no, Ted, not you. You're one of the good ones.
Or they're writing as like a voice thing.
Yeah.
Like text, speech to text.
And then you have to write you have to say parentheses, end parentheses, present company excluded, Ted.
That's funny.
And then I went on Yelp because I couldn't help myself, and I found this 1-star review by Mark. Oh no, sorry, you go ahead. I just read one.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm going full steam
ahead
here.
Of yourself here.
I got excited about the Blucifer horse. Oh, did you know it also has? I don't know why I said that so excitedly. It has a giant penis, like anatomically.
Nice.
It's apparently just very in your face.
Tell me more.
A lot of veins. just
a lot of veins.
Like, what did Annika say? That's so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
That's kind of how I feel about this horse.
I love it. Okay, cool. So it's it's correct.
Oh, it's not correct, to be clear. It's the opposite of correct.
Okay. My next review, this was sent in by who sent in this information about this statue in Overland Park, Kansas, like Kansas City area. And here we go. Let me read a little from the email. Saying this statue has been the center of attention for such a long time at the Gardens. I really can't understand why. Protests. What?
The Ring?
The Ring? No,
okay.
I don't know about the Ring.
I'll tell you about it later.
Protests, petitions, you name it, have been organized, but nothing has changed. and then is it Johnson County, I guess, which is just fine with me. And then says the statue is just fine with me. The statue is of a woman or parts of a woman with boobs out taking a selfie. Like, I say parts of a woman because it's not totally.
Oh, she's like a little detached.
There's no head.
It's
there's
sort of
no,
like a mannequin almost.
Yeah.
Pieces pieced together. Listen, I thought you meant like body parts of a woman, and I was like, well, yeah, I don't want that in my park either. That's
not quite. Yeah,
I see. It's more like, it looks like a kind of a bronze mannequin.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though too, especially because like part of the arm is shifted, so I don't know, it's weirdly.
He's just pointing at her boobs and going, "Look how cool it is!
Look at these honkers."
Stop.
Anyway,
no more hotties with honkers. He's protesting.
Says just fine with me. We all have boobs. Not a big deal to have them out. Blah blah blah. Sorry, not blah blah blah. Said important things.
We all have boobs. Blah blah blah.
Anyway, I love the pod. Just hope you both are doing well. So yeah, turns out this person wants to be anonymous.
Oops.
And I missed that until now.
Em has done that before and read an entire story.
Oh no.
And then was like, Christine, can you just bleep that out? Which now we're having the editor do, and I feel like I'm just continuing the vicious cycle.
Oh no, I feel so
apologize.
bad. Okay, but yes. All should be edited out. Okay, so anyway, here is a review. This is a review of this statue. This is a 1-star review. It's a review of the park.
Okay.
This is titled Ruined. This is by Ronald. We used to enjoy this, but since they put in that statue, we can't take our family there anymore. It's got wonderful trails and nice variety between pretty gardens and quiet woods, but I don't need the city to be teaching my teenage son about sexting. End of review.
Son, how did you learn about sexting? No, it's not what you think. I wasn't on the internet. I was at the park.
It was you, Dad. You brought me to that park.
The government, the Parks and Rec department taught me about sexting. not this porno site. I don't know where you learn about sexting. I don't know that was the intention of the statue, but I mean,
regardless, I don't know. I think it's a cool statue. And this anonymous sender made a good point about like places like Rome or Paris. Like when you think of statues there, how many nude statues there are in other places, and then there's one in Kansas, and people lose their minds.
Yeah,
because
that sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, not that. Not saying it's a surprising thing. It's just and then also says, but maybe just don't go there, which is
what they're doing, and it's tragic. It's really tragic.
I think we're better off without Ronald going to our parks. Our parks, as if I've ever even been there.
Get out of my park, Ronald. I do wonder, like, the first time that Ronald showed up with his family and saw that thing. Just like the shock.
Yeah.
Cover your eyes,
shielding
kids.
your eyes kind of thing.
I can't imagine the shock. Thoughts and prayers, Ronald.
Thoughts and prayers.
Okay, this is a 1-star review by Mark of Blucifer. The last thing I want to see, and yet the last thing I actually do see every time I drive to Denver International Airport to bravely step onto a contraption that hurls me through space at 600 miles per hour is a demonic, pissed-off blue horse with glowing red eyes. And this is kind of what brought me to the other side of this thing, where at first I was like, who cares? It's a goofy, fun thing. And then I was like, you're right. It's almost like it's the satanic omen before you get on a plane.
Yeah, it's pretty ominous for sure.
It's like when you drive into the airport, it's like you drive right past it and its eyes actually glow. Yeah. And it's like a harbinger of doom. And then you get on a freaking who killed its owner. And then it's like, now I'm going to risk my life on this hurling piece of metal through the sky. I don't know. I kind of was like, I guess I get why your anxiety might be spiked by this thing.
Exactly. No, I weirdly get that it's not a good feeling.
Like, I don't mind the concept of it. I think if I lived there, I'd be like, why must you do this to me every time? Also, apparently it costs $600,000 of taxpayer money to install and create. So I'd be a little bit like, really?
Hopefully they paid for that artist's funeral with that money.
Which of my dollars went to that which vein on that horse penis? I'm just wondering.
That's a good question. How much money per vein?
Yeah. Like how much of that big horse wang did I pay for?
Yeah. Good question. Okay. So now I'm off to my own research because I'm done with my emails. First thing I wanted to bring up, though, was an article. So this is not a review. I couldn't find a good review of this thing. But here is, it's titled, U.S. Student is Rescued from Giant Vagina Sculpture in Germany. So there's this sculpture in Germany that's literally just a giant vagina.
Is it in Berlin?
Like
Let me
stone.
guess.
No, it's in Tübingen.
Oh.
It says more than 20 firefighters had to free the exchange student.
Can you imagine they for sure thought that was a prank call? Like the first 3 times they got it.
Yeah.
Firefighters,
right.
head to the vagina.
Or maybe this has probably happened before. And
Or they're like, not again.
Oh my God, wait. And it's so funny because it says in the space of 24 hours last week, 2 spectacular rescue operations were carried out in southern Germany. One was there was an explorer who got trapped inside Germany's deepest cave. And within 24 hours, the student got trapped in...
Was it deepest cave? Wink?
Wink, wink, wink.
Or
wonk.
was it like
Yeah.
an actual cave?
No, one was literally in a cave.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
The other one
was
was
it a euphemism
in a cave.
or was it? Okay, got it.
But here's a picture of said student stuck in the vagina.
Oh my God. That is not what I pictured. I don't know what I pictured.
I'm like, what else could you picture?
I have no clue what I was picturing, but it wasn't that. Because his
yeah.
legs are like pinned between 2 giant rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you will with that information.
Yeah. And it says, police confirmed that the firefighters turned midwives delivered the student by hand and without the application of tools.
I was going to say, no medical intervention? That's amazing.
And then also the mayor said he struggled to imagine how the accident could have happened, quote, even when considering the most extreme adolescent fantasies. To reward such a masterly achievement with the use of 22 firefighters almost pains my soul. Like, this is just...
He's like, really? Did we have to get that teenager out? Couldn't we leave him there as like, just to show the other teens, like what happens if you try to climb into this? Just a warning.
So this was back in 2014, written by Philip Oltermann in Berlin for The Guardian. So,
but now he works for, like, he's like the head writer at the New York Times. I bet this catapulted his career.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
I know The Guardian is a real publication. I was just trying to think of another one.
Oh, a bigger
another one.
Uh-oh, it's getting spicy.
I don't
Phillip.
know.
You gonna take that? You're gonna take that, Philip? But yeah. Anyway, that was not a review, but because I couldn't find a good review of that. But
I don't need one. I think I got enough of a taste of what it is.
Yeah. But I can actually read a review now if you want.
Oh, sure.
Because, yeah, this one is of the Hope sculpture in New York City.
Aha.
H-O-P-E. It's H-O on top, P-E on the bottom.
Thank you for spelling hope for me.
You're welcome.
I thought it was that little girl who stood for hope, but I guess this one's more literal.
Very literal. This is a 1-star review by Matt. Fuck if I know. Here we go. This is all one sentence. Regulation from Department of Consumer Affairs for grocery stores. It's very clear the posted price need to be charged exactly, not less, not more. If it's not posed differently, they don't have a right to charge plus tax. If that note plus tax is supposed under or on the label for product, they have right to charge plus tax. Scammers and charging tax without letting you know. End of review. I don't know why that was on the Hope sculpture.
I don't either.
I thought you'd want to hear that.
Thank you. Was this supposed to be about Whole Foods?
I don't know. They included a picture of a receipt, so
does it say
they
were buying?
Yeah, some sort of yogurt, some sort of chocolate milk, chocolate hazelnut thing, a wheat tuna something, or white tuna, almond breeze, almond milk, Arizona green tea.
Wow.
Golden delicious apples, ciabatta, pita bread, oven roasted turkey, Bob's Red Mill something.
It's quite a variety.
And then a California roll, or 2 California rolls.
Which one was like $60 or something that like he was clearly pissed off about?
The most expensive thing was the
sushi?
The chocolate hazelnut. I don't know what it was. It just says chocolate. Oh no, that's 2 of them. So never mind. Oh no, that was just one. Chocolate hazelnut. It doesn't say what it is. It just says chocolate hazelnut.
To be fair, that deserves to be the most expensive in my opinion.
Like
so
Nutella maybe.
Nutella, yeah. Goodness.
And it was $6. So
Okay. I guess if you want to spend your day mad about that and then somehow Freudian slip it onto a Hope statue page, that's fine for you, I guess.
That's fine for you, Matt. You heard it here first, Matt. It's fine for you.
It's like fine, I guess. Kind of bums me out. Can you imagine though, like, what if you were the artist and you were like, oh, somebody reviewed my sculpture and it's like, I bought this tuna.
That sculpture has like thousands of reviews.
Okay,
So.
okay, fair. Okay, all right. That's a good point. This is what I wonder. This is going to sound really stupid. Tell me if you want to take this out.
That's most of what we say.
This is unlike anything else I've ever said. This is going to sound a little dumb. Okay, the people who do this and write these like rants on pages that don't even have anything to do with their rant and then just post them and take the time and post a photo. Like before the internet, what was the equivalent of this person? Like back in the day? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you could only really tell your friends
back
and
in like
family,
the 1800s.
people in person.
Like,
in the 1800s.
You would just run around and be like, hear ye,
You'd
hear ye.
write into the newspaper.
Oh, God. But you'd have to pay for that, right? So like,
no, not always.
No.
Christina, okay.
I guess you have a
someone who has
newspaper podcast.
a podcast about reading newspapers and reading especially the old ones, they published anything. They didn't give a fuck.
So that was like the comments section. Okay, that makes total sense.
But like it didn't matter. Like their news sources were like traveling salesmen. They were like, a salesman came through today. Speaking of a death in Arkansas, some woman angry at her husband for going to the casino shot him dead in the street.
Dropped a blue horse on
and
him.
it's like, who's the source? Oh, it's this traveling salesman. And there's like a traveling psychic came through.
It's like a gossip column.
Spreading tales of the East. Because it's like they're in fucking like Kansas. And they're like, we don't have any news here. Like they printed everything. When someone would visit a family member, so there was one where someone from Ohio visited his brother in Kansas, and it was in the newspaper. It was literally like his it was like his brother came to town. And said that we are a very industrious town and very advanced.
With their pen, like, what do you think of us?
Yeah, literally. And they're like, is very impressed.
Although I feel like they would just write that. Mary
True.
came to town and said, we are super impressive. So
True.
What do you guys think of that?
So basically, yeah, the newspaper is the place.
Wow. Okay.
There's so much random shit
I always
in there.
think, what a bunch of effort you're putting into writing on the internet. But like writing into a newspaper is even more effort. And more steps. So that does make sense.
But there's also less to do. I don't know. You get so bored back then. Okay. Never mind. I would be bored back then.
Do you know what I would do?
I'm bored right now.
My bad.
I don't mean in today's world, not like in this moment. God damn it.
I warned you. Do you know what I would do back then? Because I was so bored.
Tell me.
I would travel to different towns and just be like, write about me. Like I would travel all over and be like, and I'd wear weird scarves and be like multicolored scarves and be like, you know what I heard? And I would just start rumors in every town.
As long as you don't show your ankles, you're okay.
Well, that's my second part of my plan.
There was one thing of a man who wanted to get divorced because his wife showed too much skin.
Fuck. Yeah,
and it's like gossip. You're right, like gossip columns.
That's me. I would
full of gossip.
I would be
those old newspapers is hilarious.
I guess maybe I'd be the author. Did you ever watch that show Bridgerton?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
It revolves around an anonymous like gossip columnist who writes about, and at the end of the season you figure out who it is. But it's fun. It's like
nice.
Anyway, okay. So this is a review of Blucifer because I can't stop myself, and this is by Siegfried. 1 star. So I recently picked up my friend from the airport and was driving myself down Pena, which I guess is the Pena.
Pena. It's short for penis.
I was driving myself down the giant blue penis. Sorry. 12 years old.
You managed to take that too far. Like, I thought it was too far just from what I said. Then you took it farther.
That's the street that the airport's on. And I don't know how do you say, Pena. Pena?
Christina, I don't know.
Okay, all right. I don't know. You said, like you were going to give me...
Which part of the swastika is that?
It's the upside down airplane that they put.
What? Okay, I'll take your word for that because I don't know what that means.
Okay, so it's because you weren't listening to me earlier.
Nope.
So, I recently picked up my friend from the airport, was driving myself down the road singing Cat Power at the top of my lungs. I couldn't help it. I was so excited to see my friend Pam. We have been friends since we were 3, and that's a long ass time. Don't ask me how old I am, just know it is a long time. She is a dear, dear friend, and nothing could disappoint me. I was in the best mood, and if I hit a deer, I still would have been excited to see my friend that I haven't seen in years. And then it happened. Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot. I couldn't believe my eyes. I looked up and thought for sure this was a joke. I almost slammed on my brakes. I had a serious case of rubberneck. I then almost threw up in my mouth. Okay, I did a little. Is this a joke? What is that hideous creature? A blue Bronco. I thought it was an alien, a spaceship, something besides a piece of art. This totally belongs somewhere else, like the art museum in the basement of this theater in Boston. I've been there once, but it is called the Museum of Terrible Art. It should go there, but it wouldn't fit. I know that we are the Bronco State. I understand it is a representation of Denver, but people, is this really one of the first things a visitor to colorful Colorado should see? I believe not. Those red eyes seriously creep me out. I'm waiting for some of my country friends to bring their pickups and chains and pull that sucker down. I do feel sorry for the artist who died while making it, but isn't that some kind of sign? End of review.
Okay. That was 2 reviews in one. Because we had Pam, the whole Pam situation.
Yeah, what happened to Pam?
Yeah, is Pam okay?
We didn't get any closure.
Like, I feel like this was so distracting that Pam never even
Oh, well, there's an update 2 months later going, oh shit, Pam! I never picked her up from Terminal 2. So I guess Pam actually is not okay.
Pam is not okay. Okay. Neither am I after that.
Blame the horse.
But weirdly, yeah, I kind of get it. I mean,
I'd be so startled if, like, I drove to the airport regularly. Like, some people were like, I travel there weekly, and one day this horse appeared. I'd be like, sorry, what? Like, I'd be so thrown.
Yeah. What if they pick one day a year where they put it up?
You never know
and they
which
take
day.
It down. Yeah. That's why it costs $600,000 because they just keep putting it up and transporting it.
Because all of this reviewer's friends from the country have to come with their pickup trucks and chains and take it down.
Oh my God.
I just was like, I hope you're okay. I feel like this is the kind of thing that back in the olden days, you could write a newspaper about. Be like, Siegfried from Colorado hit a deer and then claimed she saw a blue horse. I don't know.
In like last episode or 2 episodes ago, I've read an entire thing about the Dakotas because it was their first time.
Of Human Seeking Human. I was like, I don't remember this at all. Okay.
It was a whole thing from, I don't know what newspaper it was, but they were getting word about what it was like in the Dakotas. And it was just describing things that were happening in the Dakotas and the weather and how beautiful it is. Oh, it was Boston. It was a Boston newspaper saying, wow. And the person was like, yeah, everyone should move to the Dakotas. It's so lovely here. It was this whole, and that was the news.
That was the news. I mean, and if there had been a horse with red eyes, like that would have been, talk about a plot
something
twist.
Like this would have just made it that much more entertaining.
And, you know, I will say, fun fact that I learned. So I guess a Bronco, do you know what a Bronco is?
A horse. I don't know. So
that was the confusing thing. Is a lot of people were like, this is a Mustang. It's not even a Bronco. But someone was like, you idiots. A Bronco is a horse that's like rearing back.
Oh.
So it's not
that's
like
why they call it a
type.
buck. But why do they call it a buck? So bucking Bronco, is that redundant? I think it's a horse that
is like very...
So a Bronco is a horse that's bucking.
Or not, maybe not bucking, but it's like a horse that is like it's like a wild horse, or it's not fully tamed. So it has the tendency to be
bucking.
It's like a wild horse. So a bucking Bronco is like a wild horse that's like throwing the rider off.
Sure. Cool.
But do you know what I mean? So a Mustang could be a wild.
Could be a Bronco.
A Bronco, right.
There are Broncos. So not all Broncos are Mustangs, but.
No.
Wait.
Neither way. Neither way.
Neither way.
Yeah,
Neither,
I mean, that is correct. That's just period.
So there is overlap, but.
Yeah. So.
But it's like a Venn diagram.
All Broncos are horses, but not all horses are Broncos.
Okay.
There we go.
And all Mustangs are horses, but not all horses are Mustangs. So this doesn't help us at all. But it's like a Venn diagram where it's
all brown horses
Broncos,
are horses.
Mustangs, and then there's overlap where some Broncos are Mustangs.
Yeah.
And some Mustangs are whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But so anyway, someone was like, that's not just because it's a Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
Bronco is not like a breed of horse, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Okay. I just thought that was interesting because a
Yeah.
lot of people were like,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
even a Bronco because it's a Mustang. Why? This has nothing to do with our town because of the sports teams,
Yeah.
football.
Yep. The football.
Okay, got
the
it.
Denver Broncos.
Yep, that's the
You
one.
nailed it. So now I've got a couple redemptions.
Oh, good.
This first one is of a statue called Piss. It's in the Czech Republic. It's an outdoor sculpture. It's, from 2004 by Czech artist David Cerny. I'm sure that's not how you say it. Czerny. It's installed outside the Franz Kafka Museum in Prague, and
Is it very
basically,
existential?
So I'll just read the review, then tell you what it is of.
Okay.
So this is by Steven, a 4-star review. Yeah, this was by accident. Always interesting gems when you just wander around. These 2 male statues pissing on the state were a bit of a surprise. Never expected this outside a store of gingerbread. End of review.
What's happening?
Basically, the sculpture is of 2 naked men peeing.
Okay.
And they're standing in a pool of water. It's like a fountain. So they're standing in a pool of water, and it's
You mean a pool of piss?
a pool of their own piss, and it's shaped as the Czech Republic.
Okay, I was wondering where the government or the
Yeah.
state came into this.
And apparently you can somehow control them you can have them, like, their penises, I think, move and write things
No, they don't. Are you being serious?
if you text a number or something. I'm not kidding.
Or,
It was
that
something
sounds
like-
like a bizarre dream. That does not sound real.
No, it does not. But that's what I saw. It says, okay, here we go. Sorry. Visitors to the area can command the men to write messages into the water via SMS.
Now that's
yeah.
fun.
There's a picture.
Oh, they're like facing each other.
Yeah, they're just peeing.
I kind of love that, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I would put that in my yard.
And then you get, like, people from America reviewing it, like, there's school children around seeing this.
They taught my child about sexting. Now my child knows all about sexting. That would be outside a Kafka museum, although a gingerbread store.
Yeah.
Funny choice.
Yeah, funny choice. I think they use this water to make their gingerbread.
Oh, that's why it tastes so good. Don't want to defame them. Okay, this is a review from Amber, or not by Amber, but from Amber, she, her. It says, I'd like to share with you the wonder that is the Krog Street Tunnel in Atlanta. It's a permission tunnel, meaning it's a spot where graffiti is legal and even encouraged. The art there does change daily, and it's a combination of tags, cartoons, protest slogans, and whatever else the creative types come up with. So 1-star.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So 1-star review by Scott, who's a local guide. You probably should not be reading a review for a tunnel, but hey, you do you. End of review.
Wow. This is my job.
Scott, you probably shouldn't be writing a review of a tunnel, but you do you. Like,
That's hilarious.
doesn't that seem like a waste of, like, a little hypocritical
Yeah.
to be like, you shouldn't be reading a review? It's like,
very meta.
yeah, I wouldn't be reading this if you hadn't written it.
Oh, this hurts my head. I don't like this.
I guess I'm just thinking of Brendan, our long lost friend Brendan, who got lost to the Google
who's still
algorithm.
probably laying down.
Who's supposed to still be laying down. And how it's, you just slip into becoming a Google local guide, and
Just
Scott,
slip right in.
slip right in. Scott has written 171 reviews. Who knows where it began, and now
they
it's
probably
just
all just that same exact
descending
thing
into madness
over and over.
Why
and
are you
over
reading
again.
this? He keeps writing, and people keep reading it, and he gets points, and they
Yep,
keep racking
yep,
up.
Yep.
It's like a vicious cycle. Brendan, are you out there?
Are you okay, Brendan?
We're worried about you.
I really am.
Brendan's like, oh my God, I think I'm worried about them now. I think they're the ones in trouble.
Fair.
Well, you're not wrong.
I've got one more.
Great.
This is of the Tyler Davidson fountain. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's the Fountain Square one.
Oh, okay.
Like the main attraction
The
of Cincinnati,
fountain.
basically.
Our
and I
fountain, our
I
one
didn't know
fountain.
anything about it, really.
I don't really either.
But apparently it was commissioned by Henry Probasco, who was a businessman here in Cincinnati. And in 1871, commissioned Ferdinand von Miller, who had done some stuff in Germany, commissioned him to design this fountain. and it was in honor of his deceased brother, Henry what a name.
Are you reading the black? That's
Henry
a lot of words.
Probasco's deceased brother-in-law and business partner, Tyler Davidson. So that's why it's a Tyler Davidson fountain.
Okay.
So yeah.
Got it. I think I followed that.
I don't know. Just if you didn't, it's really not that important. This is a 5-star review of this fountain. This is by Thick Daddy. Leaving their name as is. This is a nice fountain. I went here and was satisfied with my experience. I came to Fountain Square and admired the fountain, which was nice. After I looked at the fountain, I left, satisfied with my experience. I gave this fountain 5 stars because it's a nice fountain. End of review.
I am actually an artificial intelligence robot. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Was that not the most pleasant review?
It was actually. It weirdly lulled me into a false sense of security.
Oh no, I'm not. I've got nothing else coming. I promise.
Okay, so it's a true sense of security, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
I can just feel rested in my new mindset. Okay, well, I have one more for you. It's also a redemption.
Okay.
This is of my personal favorite art installation. Do you know what it is? My favorite art installation.
Do I know what your favorite art? So the Mothman?
No, it's the
Where is it? Tell me where it is.
It's in Newport, Kentucky.
It's not that bell. That's right. The large bell.
It's the vintage Dilbert computer office desk electronic M&M's candy dispenser.
What is happening right now? Is there a freaking location for this?
You know that Dad always told me it was an art installation.
Oh, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Okay.
Because I would say to him, Dad, you used to just give me M&Ms at bedtime and say, like, here you go. And he said, no, I would never do that. And I was like, yes, you did. And he said, no, that was an art installation. It wasn't meant to actually dispense candy. So I've started calling it my art installation. And so I just looked it up on Amazon. And this was from 1998, by the way, this thing. Look how beautiful it's held up. So this is a review.
So stupid.
Verified purchase. This is a 4-star review by Nothing. That's their name. Fast shipping, worked perfectly, and was in good condition. My only complaint is that it was really dirty. Nothing that a little...
Oh, no.
Nothing that a little cleaner couldn't fix, but still. End of review.
Gross. When you're putting candy
you're
in something,
eating out of it.
You don't want this to be.
And it's a vintage item, and you're okay.
That's foul.
Because they're saying it worked perfectly, which means they put batteries in it and dispensed candy out of it. So yucko. There's
True.
also this one by Erica. Photos very accurately represented this fun item. Functions perfectly and was a hit. And someone said exactly what they said. So I don't know where this. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one spreading the good word about the electronic Dilbert M&M candy dispenser.
It's a funny concept, except you literally just ate a bag of M&Ms and you didn't put them in there, so you don't even use them.
It occurred to me just now, and so I'm going to put the rest in there.
Okay, I will look forward to you doing that once I'm already gone.
Oh my God, I know what I'll do.
No.
I'm going to put batteries in it and actually put it on our Instagram of it being used. Also, I'm trying to remember who sent it to me. I think it was Troy. I forget their name. I think it was Troy. Email me if you were the one who sent this to me, because it was like on a Post-it, and I threw their name away. But anyway, sorry. Your turn.
Who hasn't been there? You're standing in the wine aisle, staring at the shelves. Do you buy the California Red? Maybe the one from Oregon. Something organic? Or maybe the one with a really nice label.
Or all of them.
Well, maybe all of them. That's a good idea. I know that I get so stressed shopping for wine. And usually I just go with the nice label because I have no idea what I'm doing. But thankfully there's First Leaf, which is a better way to discover wine at a fraction of the price that you'll find in the store.
I've been a First Leaf fan for many years now, and I'm just so excited that they're a sponsor. First Leaf is a fully customizable wine club that sends curated boxes of wine that are perfect for you and only you, and they have more award-winning wine than anyone else. So unlike big box wine memberships, First Leaf uses a one-of-a-kind algorithm and your feedback, and then they curate your wine recommendations. So the more you taste and review, the better shipments you get. So over time, I was just getting a box of First Leaf that was like every kind of wine I liked. I never had to worry that something wouldn't be my taste. First Leaf saved me from the wine aisle.
So you can save time, money, and stress with First Leaf, the wine club designed with you in mind. Join today and you'll get 6 bottles of wine for $29.95 and free shipping. Just go to tryfirstleaf.com/Sandy.
That's 6 bottles of wine for $29.95 and free shipping at tryfirstleaf.com/Sandy.
If you are thinking about snacking on anything other than Tasty Cake this summer, you are simply miscaken. A melted milkshake? Miss Cake. Crumbly, sticky s'mores? Bigger Miss Cake. Or worst of all, you resort to baking? If it's not Tasty Cake, it's a Miss Cake, because nothing satisfies like a perfectly sweet butterscotch crimpet or rich and creamy chocolate peanut butter candy cake. Tasty Cake. Accept no substitutes.
I'm done.
Oh,
so
okay, great. But it's time for your challenge, right?
It unfortunately is.
Okay.
Can I just say, everybody, I love you all, but it's clear who the favorite is. The number of emails that we got for the next challenge, which is the pigeon challenge.
Pig wine. Okay,
but so many.
But that happens to me too. Sometimes I don't get any emails because it's the challenge is
I
too
never get emails.
hard. Oh,
Like, they don't help me. These people don't help me.
it's because they look at me and go,
This was hard.
She needs help.
You know how hard it is to find reviews out of all the reviews that mention parents, mom, dad, mother, father, but specifically talking about
Grandpapa.
like, because there's so many people who are like, what they talk about how wealthy their parents are. They're not doing that. They're talking about, people with wealthy parents, and they're complaining. I've read through so many reviews. I have like 4. This episode has already gone on for like 3 hours, so
Yeah.
y'all will be deal with only 4. But and like also someone special. It's not like I got like, I don't know.
Was that the challenge? Someone special?
Their parents, they said their parents were someone special, which
Okay.
I appreciated. And it had to be a negative review too. So
Right.
that was a factor. That's what also made it hard.
5 stars. My
But-
parents are very special.
So it was a challenge, but I found 4, so I feel good.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I feel good about it. It was just a challenge and difficult. And also, I didn't find anyone who was like, oh, yeah, my parents are famous. But they said, oh, well, my mom is this kind of, does this or whatever.
That's pretty
You'll
special.
You'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, my rant is over. I hope you enjoy.
Just warning, it's not over. He's saying it's over. It's just it's just taking a nap. It's going to come back.
This first one is
Prepare yourself.
parents-in-law. So here we go. This is of an Applebee's in Orange, Connecticut.
I'm sorry, an Applebee's. That's not where I was expecting
I
us to go.
This is a review by Alex, 1 star. Normal Applebee's environment, but I cannot stress this enough. Terrible service. The staff is literally rude, not even just passive, rude. They gave us a shit ton of lemons, but by the time our appetizers came out, it had already been like 30 years. They made us wait even though there were tables open, and they didn't even give us our waters until we were basically dying of thirst.
They were standing there with you had a table full of lemons, and they were like, ha, 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 we're not going to give you water, but we gave you 85 lemons. I don't understand what's happening.
Yet?
We're waiting for you to expire. I don't get this whole story, but I guess that's the point.
Just wait.
Okay.
And the worst part of this, it was my wedding after party.
Uh-oh.
My wife was terribly embarrassed as her wealthy parents had flown in from Rome for the wedding. They were judging her endlessly. The night ended with tears for me and Karen. Never again, never fucking again. End of review.
Alexander.
Stina.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You didn't need any emails. I'm sorry. You already completed. Like, I don't need to hear any more reviews. That's it.
These wealthy parents showed up from Rome to go to the wedding after party. an Applebee's in Orange, Connecticut, and they didn't get their waters, and it was a terrible service experience. And it's like,
Alexander, they went to Applebee's.
Look, you go where you want, but if you're gonna complain and like say, oh, they were embarrassed, or my wife was embarrassed, it's like, well, I don't think the issue is just how rude people were. Like, this whole thing is like
if they had brought you your iced tea and your whatever you needed, your water right away, I don't think the Roman parents would have been like, this is a perfectly acceptable place for our wealthy family to have an after party for a wedding. Like, I don't think that would have, I don't think the service is what
exactly
did
like
it.
If you're feeling embarrassed, like that's also what I don't know.
It's so absurd. I don't even know how to
it is
joke
absurd.
about it.
Absurd.
It's like,
I don't know what to say.
It's like already at such an extreme. Like, we took my wealthy in-laws to Applebee's to celebrate like the biggest
not just wealthy,
day
but
of
foreign in-laws.
Right. Internationally wealthy, like
it sounds like a scene
diplomats
from like
to
90 Day
Applebee's.
Fiance.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Where
It's-
like they're like, oh, let's meet your fiance in
But at least
America,
there-
and they go to Applebee's and they're like, what is this? Where are we?
But at least there, you can blame the producers and say they orchestrated this
True.
intentionally to make it as wild as possible. They walked directly, they created this problem.
True.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You and Karen created this problem, my friend. I don't know what to tell you. Was she in a wedding dress? I mean, I just
I don't
can't
know.
fathom this situation. I wish I could see it on TV.
I don't know. I too wish I could see this. I hope that they've had much success in their marriage. I'll leave it at that. This next one is of father and son barbershop in Auburn, California. This is a 1-star review. It's by David. This is awful. Well, my dad owns this barbershop. He is a bad person, has two sides. Pretends he likes kids, but couldn't take care of his own. Don't go there. He isn't supposed to be doing it. He isn't licensed. And he went to prison for beat my mom and his. Whatever you do, go to Rico's barbershop on High Street. Your son, David. P.S. Fuck you, dad. Sob. Maybe that's sob or son of a bitch. I don't know, but
Sob.
end of review.
Sob.
Fuck you, dad. S.O.B.
Alexander,
I don't know.
holy shit.
So
I was going to joke about
his
it
dad
until
is
it
someone
said
special.
my dad is so important that he lives in prison.
I mean, he's like I see. That's where I did a little, took some creative liberties here of, hey, my dad owns this place.
I was wondering, yeah. So I was going to joke about it, and then you said like he beats my mother, and I was like,
no, yeah,
this
it's
is
terrible.
no longer joke worthy. But wowza, I was going to say I pictured at first. Before I knew that part, I pictured at first a little kid in the back being like, my dad is a big jerk,
Yeah.
and like on the family computer. Clearly it got away from me there with the rest of it.
Yep.
But at the beginning I was like, is this just some little kid being like pulling a prank on his dad or trying to be rebellious?
It is the only review of the place.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
This is the one where the quote unquote artist is like, someone reviewed my work.
Yeah.
And he goes online and it's like, son?
Damn it, David.
David's hanging out at his uncle's place, like down the street, Rico's barbershop or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I was like, that's so specific. That they're like, I love how in the whole thing of complaining about their abusive father to also say, oh, but you should go to Rico's. Like,
He's great.
Throw that in there.
He
like,
loves
what?
kids.
This is such a
Great father figure to me.
Yeah, so this was a very interesting challenge for me.
I mean, yeah, it's
Um,
interesting for us too, I think, just to watch your progression here.
Here's another. This is a review of a Baskin Robbins in Chicago, Illinois. This is 1 star by Emily. My dad owns a couple Dunkin' Baskins in Libertyville, but he would never allow this kind of customer service. 4 of us walked in at about 9:15 p.m. on a Monday night. Wasn't busy at all. The worker, Jamie, was helping one customer and then yelled, "I need help, I'm gonna shoot myself." Not weird at all. Totally normal for an employee to say. Not. So we waited. 20 minutes later, still haven't been helped. In walks a family of 5 and then another person on her own, and Jamie and the other worker helping went to help them right away, making us wait even longer. 30 minutes later, after we finally got our scoops of ice cream, we asked what the worker's name was and hesitated, but finally complained, and she responded, oh, so you wanted to know my name just to complain? And then runs and hides in the back. And yes, that's exactly why I wanted to know your name. Terrible. End
I
of
thought I was
review.
I was going to say Tara. I was like, oh, called out.
Yeah. So
I thought you wanted to know my name to be my new friend. What else could they? An angry, I almost said patient.
Yeah. Well,
customer.
Emily's dad would never allow that to happen.
He treats all his patients like customers.
Yep.
I mean, customers like patients.
Wait.
Okay, forget it.
Customers.
I don't know. I lost it. I lost the thread.
But I agreed with you. I was like,
Yeah, you were.
And I was like, wait, no.
I had to question myself.
Let that sink in for a second. Then I thought, no, that
it's
doesn't
like
make
the times
any
when I
sense.
listen back and we both agree with each other, and I'm like, we don't even know what we're like.
No.
We're saying something completely wrong.
No.
Wow. So my dad owned. I was wondering if any of those came into play. Like, my dad is a franchise owner in this part of Ohio or whatever. Which here we go. Here it is.
And then that's somewhat similar to this next one. And my final one.
Sorry, I'm
What?
still hung up on this. Do you know what the threat of that is? It's the threat is like, say that person's name is Tara, Tara. My dad is a boss. He's not your boss, but he's someone else's
No, it's
boss.
ridiculous.
It's like, that's not even a threat.
That's not
Like,
how
if it's
this
like my
works.
dad was your boss, okay, maybe there's a little bit of like, and so you could lose your job. But to be like, do you know who my dad is? He owns a different Dunkin' Donuts.
And has different workers who are different people. Like,
who
it's
are
like,
not
okay.
named Tara. It's like,
what?
How are you trying to make any sort of change with
It's
that?
like the same with the people. It seems like the people who always say that they worked in customer service are always the ones who are the worst.
Yeah.
So if you say that, you're usually saying this worker should be better because I used to work in customer service and I know better or something. People are just annoying. But this is even one extra layer removed of, well, my dad.
My dad owns a Dunkin'
Like,
Donuts.
that means nothing. That means nothing. Okay. So this
You should have told me before I poured the coffee. I mean, oh my God.
pull out your Dunkin' Donuts family member card or something. My dad owns a Dunkin' Donuts card, and you're just like,
Family loyalty points. Who is the one of either M's friends or one of your friends or somebody's friend?
owns Dunkin' Donuts or
like their family
Baskin
owns a
Robbins?
restaurant, and then their family photo is on the wall so that every time they go into a restaurant.
I have no idea.
Someone told me
is
this
not
recently.
Something that I told you.
Okay, so it must have been M. Somebody told me that their friend's family owns like a chain of restaurants, and so
The
management.
Cracker Barrel?
I hope so, but management had to put their photo of their family members on the wall so that if they come into a location, they like know that this is like
That's
the owners.
hilarious.
Frick, I wish I could remember.
That's
I'll ask
so
him.
funny.
But it
I
was
love
like
that.
they have the picture, just sort of like
Yeah.
a wall of shame, but like
Wall of Fame.
Wall of Fame, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Anyway.
Okay, this is my last one. This is a restaurant called Pasta Fresca de Salvatore. I don't know. It's in Singapore.
My dad is Salvatore. Do you know who my dad is?
And that's basically what this review is. This is in Singapore, of all places. I went every fucking place. This was
I don't even know what
wild.
to say.
This was wild.
We went from Applebee's with some Roman folks to Singapore, an Italian place in Singapore.
You're right.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is an Italian restaurant in Singapore. This is a 1-star review by Colleen.
Salvatore Jr.
I'm half Italian. My dad owns a few Italian restaurants in the States, and he's taken me to many amazing Italian restaurants in New York City.
Half Italian. I cannot believe somebody would even go there.
This is so wild. And just say
Because-
well, my dad owns Italian. It's just so.
It's like saying my dad owns a taco place and I'm half Mexican and I'm now in a foreign country and somehow this
Singapore.
means something.
And what the best part about this is it's an unclaimed business, so that means like they don't even see it. Like they don't.
That means that this
have
person
any
probably had to
connection Yelp.
create the page to
Yeah,
even post on it.
seriously.
Colleen. Half Italian.
I'm half Italian. My dad owns a few Italian restaurants in the States, and he's taken me to many amazing Italian restaurants in New York City. So I know a little thing or two about Italian food and cooking it. This place, just skip it. Totally not worth the heavy price tag of paying about $100 for 2 people, though that is with a glass of wine and beer. The squid ink pasta, lackluster. I've definitely had better. The same was with my dish, which was spinach ravioli in a red sauce with olives and anchovies. Even the tiramisu was lackluster at best. My mom makes a killer tiramisu, which she learned from my dad. It's hard to beat that authenticity.
She's not Italian.
She's not even Italian.
It's authenticity? Are you fucking kidding with me?
It's an Italian man's wife.
It's hard to beat that authenticity.
The most authentic tiramisu comes from an Italian man's wife in the U.S. of A.
Oklahoma, and she makes the most authentic tiramisu.
It's just so bizarre.
Alexander, if you, like, clearly they've spent time in New York. Even in New York, if you say I'm half Italian, everyone's like, so you're not, like, so just leave us alone.
Everyone in New York is half
exactly.
Italian.
It's not impressive. Like, it's like, okay, cool, us too, right? It's like, doesn't mean anything.
Oh my God.
I know a thing or two about tiramisu.
And the final sentence. I can honestly make these dishes at home and they'll taste the same as this, if not better, but with a cheaper price tag. End of review.
Then literally do it. Why don't you?
Really, what's keeping you? What's keeping you?
I don't want to. I never say no to a dinner invitation. Someone's cooking me food, but like this one, I think I'm not really interested in because I feel like I'd have to be like,
I know.
This is so authentic. Tell me more about cocoa
God,
powder.
How obnoxious would that get? Yeah, I like you said, just then go do it. And also, you're in Singapore, like you're not in Italy, like
right.
Why? Well, when you're in Singapore, maybe eat their food instead of going to an Italian restaurant and expecting it to be the most authentic Italian food of your life.
New York,
Jesus Christ! I think it does
Zagat
seem like it's
rated.
What? Oh, Zagat.
Like in New York, Zagat rated. Whatever it's called.
Zagat rated. Is
That's
that a
not
thing
a
that
thing.
people
No, I don't know.
use anymore?
I don't know.
Like a Michelin, what are you?
Michelin star.
Yeah, or like a James Beard Award winning.
Okay, well now you're just showing off.
I'm just being Blaze.
This was featured in Eater. Okay, sorry, that was me.
Anthony Bourdain walked by this place once. We gotta go.
We gotta pray here real quick.
We gotta pray here.
Sorry, I'm just joking, Blaze. Don't be
you,
mad
Blaze.
at me.
No, Blaze, but that's the thing is Blaze would make us go to these weird places, some of the best places
Yeah,
I've
we'd
been
be like,
though.
why are you making us go into this weird basement strip mall? And then it was very good stuff, except for the shrimp porridge. That was a flop.
Yeah, that was questionable.
We all kind of were like, this not your finest hour for brunch, but for breakfast, it was early.
I had a smile in my I was like, Blaze, this isn't too bad.
You were a very good sport.
Well, yeah, but I also enjoyed
I was not. I was not having it.
Yeah, I appreciated his enthusiasm.
There was fish porridge and shrimp porridge. This was clearly pre-vegan days.
Yes.
And it was, that's all there is to it.
Yeah,
you literally know nothing else.
Yeah.
And that was not, as far as I know, an Anthony Bourdain vetted place. So I think that was just a Blaze spot. Anyway, well, that was great, Zany. I think you accomplished the challenge.
Thank
My
you.
parents are Italian.
I had like, as difficult as it was, I did have fun with it.
Interestingly, you had two people who claimed their parents were Italian.
Did I?
Yeah, the first parents were from Rome.
Oh, the parents-in-law from
Which
Rome.
Which is interesting too because
they flew in from Rome, so actually, like, it could be they were just jet setting,
or maybe they were like diplomats.
I think you're overthinking it.
Okay, can you imagine though? Like, it's just weird because one of them saying, "My dad's Italian, so I've been to the best restaurants." One's like, "My parents are Italian, so I took them to Applebee's." It's like, wow. I never thought I would tell the Applebee's or tell someone to be more like the Salvatore person, but maybe try a little harder. Anyway, great job, Zandy.
Thank you. Okay, I have a theme for us for episode 144.
Great.
This is 2 weeks from when this is releasing. Reviews of Cracker Barrels. We've never done that.
That's good. That seems really on brand.
Weird
I'm shocked
that we haven't done that.
Yep, it is.
I googled it because I thought there's no way we haven't done that.
It's pretty on brand. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Was that just you coming up with that?
Yeah, that was all. Well, I'm sure many people probably have told us to do it, but yeah, I just thought of it just now.
Okay, well, I have a challenge for you. This was sent in by my new best friend, Mary, who uses she, her / miss, never ma'am pronouns. Thank you, Mary. And she wrote the sweetest email. She said, "You're both about my daughter's age. Listening to you is like having her friends around the house again. I miss it a lot. Your parents should be very proud of you."
Oh my God.
They're not. So if you could call them,
up.
please let them know.
That is not true.
Just kidding. So Mary says she's worked in retail on and off throughout her whole life. And there's two types of shoppers. One is the leave me alone type who get annoyed if somebody even like looks their way or whatever and yells, "I'm just looking." And then the type who not only want to talk, but show her pictures and even occasionally videos on their phone. And she says in some cases, it's an older man who's talking about his deceased wife, occasionally followed up with an invitation, parentheses, "no thank you." So her challenge suggestion is to find a review where the shopper actually comments on how nice it was to have such a long or like meaningful chat with the retail worker.
Wow.
So like just where the review is about like the experience, the exchange they had, about how like nice it was.
Okay, so these are positive reviews.
I would say
generally.
so. Yeah.
Unless they say, "Oh, I had this wonderful thing," and then the manager was so rude or something.
But
okay.
like just about the positive.
Got it.
Like especially
like
if it's like a long exchange with, because she says, "I'm sure many people in retail would appreciate any sign that a long conversation, often with no purchase, that kept you away from other tasks." Or other shoppers meant something to the customer.
Yeah, I like that.
So
that makes sense.
That's the thing. And she says, people are generally very kind, as a little caveat. So thank you, Mary. I think that's a fun challenge.
No, I love that, Mary. And what's nice though too is Mary's already proud of me. So it doesn't matter how
Mary
I do.
doesn't say that.
Oh, if Mary were my parents.
Mary thinks our parents should be proud of us. I don't know if it's
true.
I don't know if
because
she's
their
gotten all
bars
the
are
way.
much lower than Mary's. You're right. Okay,
Mary's
you're right,
daughter,
you're right.
she's like, my daughter's a surgeon. Like, are you kidding me?
No, I will. Okay, so now this is my goal, is to make Mary proud here.
Yes, that's great.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just going to ride that wave and like take the credit. Okay.
All right, what's our theme for 145?
Okay, so this is from Rosie, she, her. Thank you, Rosie. It says, "Hi, Sibs. Since traveling has become a thing again, I figured y'all could find reviews of airports. Airports. Yep. We've never done.
We did an episode with airports, but it was in one state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was
now
North
it's
Carolina.
a broader.
So basically, we're doing airports everywhere but North Carolina.
Yeah, because that was the one we already did. Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
So, yep, that's all I got for you. What's my challenge?
Your challenge, this comes from Tanya, and Tanya's son, Damien. Tanya says, if possible, can you shout out my son, Damien? We listen together, smiley face,
Damien!
which makes me very happy. So, yes.
I'm sorry I said the P word so many times in this episode.
What? What P word? Oh, don't say it again, actually. I don't know what you're talking about.
I talked about the horse.
Oh, the penis. That's right. I was like, piss? I said
Sorry,
that. Not you.
We said some bad words
I said
today.
it too. We had a lot. It was a weird episode.
Tell me Damien's like 35 or something.
Yeah. Damien's 35.
Great. He's not a cool teen that I'm corrupting.
Thankfully, no age, so it doesn't matter. We can't just.
We
let's
can't
just move
be held
on from
liable.
That. We can't.
All right, what's my challenge?
Your challenge. So I'm tweaking it just a little bit. But Tanya says, I'm a local in Las Vegas.
A local guide.
Local guide. I'm not sure, but a challenge of reviews where people, I'm going to say, win the jackpot, win in Vegas at like a slot machine.
Sorry, I like totally missed that.
Yeah.
Where they win big in Vegas.
Yeah. Tanya said where they win big while gambling and then lose it all immediately after.
Okay, but we're broadening it to just like win
because
big
that
and then
sounds
what question mark?
Yeah, and then something.
Okay, I am into it.
Because I think this could be lots of fun to see how people react and feel about winning a lot or winning then losing a lot.
Yeah.
So it's
if it changes them.
Yeah.
If life is never the same. If perspective doesn't even shift. There's a lot of avenues.
It's like those documentaries about people who win the lottery and they're in a worse spot a few years later than they were when they won the lottery. It's very sad. So maybe we'll get some little updates.
Knowing
in these
me,
reviews.
I will probably find some really dark and sad and fucked up shit that just makes us feel really bad.
Yep, so, that's what Tanya and Damien are looking for.
You're welcome.
So thank you all for listening. Appreciate you all and looking forward to talking to you next week.
Thoughts and prayers.
Cox can help make your home smarter and your life easier. Now you can use your Contour voice remote to connect to your home life cameras so you can view them right on your TV screen using simple voice commands. That makes it easy to keep tabs on what's happening around your home right from your couch. Need to keep an eye on the kids when they're playing outside? Just say, "Show me my backyard camera" into your Cox voice remote and watch them while you're in the house. And if you're waiting for a delivery and want to make sure it's there on time, no problem. Just say, "Show me driveway camera" to check on it with your Home Life HD cameras on the TV screen while you go about your day. When you live in a home powered by Cox Internet, you can stay connected to what matters and let Cox take care of the rest. To learn more about all the benefits of your connected home, visit cox.com/thisishome today.